when you have granddaughters, when you have women in your family, the last thing that you will ever want to think about is someone harming that baby girl, that young lady, that woman. Now, this has been really crazy because gun violence, again, that's in the inner city has got to the level of the lowest punks that could ever be in the game in the streets. A young lady, 21 years old, getting her life together, working for the post office. She wasn't out doing nothing wrong. She was carrying a child. 7 months pregnant. And while this young girl, young woman, was outside of her home, hit his lowest scheme, the lowest level of a punk, shot this young lady over 5 times, striking her unborn child striking her child, killing her and an unborn child. What's the use to even talk about what it was like in our days? We didn't go just shooting women. I have no idea. The police is still investigating this case. Could it be a guy who had sex with her and she told him that she was pregnant and he did it? Or could it be just it's no excuse? And this knocking off our women in the city got to stop. Another young woman was buried. She was shot in the streets in front of her home. Had the baby in the back seat of her car when these punks drove up and shot her. She took the bullet and took off so they wouldn't shoot her baby that was in the back seat. I have said many times in videos that it's time to get your young woman or your just be prepared. As long as you take everything for granted, then you will be caught with your guards down. This young lady, not knocking off of the subject, but this young lady, man, All I can say is to the people in my city and to her co-workers, to the family, Detroit police is going to get them. The sad thing is that they keep saying how much they want Detroit to come back. Oh, how we as black brothers should come together. I'm starting to really think that no matter what, black people would never unite under one accord. Because it's going to always be too many Negroes who say they black, but they not. Because it wasn't a white cop that shot this young woman. It wasn't anything racist that took out this young unborn baby. You know what I want to say. You know what I want to say, and I'll leave it like that. And these are the type that is making this generation go to hell. And we will be looked at as inferior, and people is going to keep getting scared of us. When we are the true black, trying to rise, and trying to have peace, and trying to make a ghetto into a suburb city community.
Lyons had just gotten home and had just gotten out of her car when someone opened fire on her.
4 loud shots almost like shook the house. But the way the world is today, it's not surprising, about all the shootings around.
That neighbor did not want to show his face, but he did want to share what he heard. Lyons' parents also told police that they heard at least 5 shots from outside of their home right around 11 o'clock. That is when they looked out their window and saw their daughter laying on the ground. Sources say she was struck 4 times, once in the stomach. Lyons was almost 7 months pregnant with a baby boy who also could not be saved.
She was only 21. Why would somebody do this to a pregnant baby? She was a good girl.
Investigators spent several hours at the scene collecting evidence, talking to neighbors, and even brought out a tracking dog that picked up the suspect's scent, but then lost it near Crocus Lawn and Mendota, where it's believed whoever shot Lyons jumped in a car and drove off. Right now, there's no description of that vehicle or of the suspect who pulled the trigger that took the mother-to-be's life. Just a lot of unanswered questions and unbelievable grief.
They better catch whoever did it, because I know it's nothing she did wrong.